Chickens are supposed to hatch after 21 days or 3 weeks, but as so many times before, these chickens hadn't read the manual and started to hatch after only 17 days. No problem, but I hadn't had time to stop the rocking function on the incubator. Is it a hen or a rooster in the egg? You can check it with a straw of grass. This is a hen and this is a rooster. For more invaluable information from the country, subscribe to this channel. The chickens can spend up to 3 days without food and water, and I let them dry in the incubator before I move them out to the prepared daycare center. After about 24 hours, the chickens are completely dry, and I move them out to the prepare pellet collars that I have indoors. I have newspapers on the floor to keep the shit off the floor, and I have food, water, and a heating lamp. The heating lamp, the distance from the floor I keep the heating lamp regulates the temperature for the chickens. And usually people say that if it's too high, they lie directly under it to get the warmth they can get, and if it's too low, they lie in a circle around it. I prefer to keep it too low so they can regulate the temperature themselves to find the sweet spot themselves. You see, my 13-year-old dog are very interested in the chickens. When I first had the chickens, I tried to think that it was her mother instincts, but after she killed a few quails, I know that she sees them as food. These chickens are fresh out of the eggs, and everything they see are for the very first time, so I try to give them a good impression of the world and get used to people. Day 2 I had 2 more chickens, and the result was of 16 eggs I got 8 chickens. Not a very good result, but I had worse. The first weeks is very important to get the chickens used to humans and used to get handled. So I try to handle every chicken every day and feed them from my hand as often as possible so they get used to handling. Life gets a lot easier when you have grown chickens and roosters that are used to handling. This is the first time I have this race, Ayman Cemani from Indonesia. They're supposed to be completely black. Feet, beak, eyes, feathers, everything. They say that even the meat is completely black, but that I don't know yet. And one other thing, this is the first time I have this race, and I am suspecting that it's possible to distinct which gender it is on the chicken already from birth. And that's a very good thing if you want to eliminate the roosters early. For instance, look on this chick. It has a very distinct comb. And compare it to this one, which I think is a hen, with no comb. I'm not sure, but I'm quite confident that I'm right in this. The first month or so I give them bird start. It's a starting feed with higher protein content, and the first week or so I try to grind it down a bit so they get smaller particles, easier to eat. The first week I keep pebbles in the water to keep the chickens from drowning. I don't know if it's necessary, it might be superstition, but it's a cheap trick anyway. I keep the chickens indoor for about a week, but after that they start to smell too much, so I have to move them outdoors. But as my barn burnt down, I don't know where to put them yet, but I find a way somehow. If you like to follow my raising of chickens here on the farm and whatever else happens, so subscribe to this channel and give me a thumbs up if you like chickens or like me or like what you see.